Hello, my name is Jacob, and I am a Norse Pagan. A lot of people ask me, how do I talk to the gods? Do I talk to them with my mind? Do I speak to them? Like, how do they hear me? Because I think we're taught in traditional Christianity that God is always watching you, that he's listening to every thought. Impure thoughts are bad. And I feel like this puts a really bad thing in especially children's minds. I know it did mine, that you can't think freely. And with the gods, like, yes, you can talk to them in your mind, but it's not like they listen to every thought you have. No matter if you're talking with your voice or if you're talking through your thoughts, you have to focus. It's a discipline. I mean, you can call it a meditation, whatever you want, but when you talk with your mind, you have to focus in on what makes you think of that god or what makes you summon that god. For me, with Frigg, for instance, it's her eyes. And with Odin, it's, his presence of the ravens. It's his ever watchful eye watching. And, with the gods, when you focus in, that's when you can start talking to them. But it's a very intense self-discipline that you have to teach yourself. Because with our thoughts, we tend to, start thinking of other things. I mean, you really need to start practicing meditation and really your breathing exercises and really learning how to focus in. If you want to speak to the gods through your mind and through your thoughts. And it's a good thing because we don't want them listening to everything we think. I mean, we think such random bullcrap all the time. Who wants them to realize that? And who wants them to hear our idle thoughts? But when you want to talk to the gods with your mind, focus in. Now, with me, I feel like I've gotten a reputation for being very vocal with how I worship the gods. In fact, I think, some people are like, whoa, like he's pretty aggressive. But at the same time, I feel like when you are aggressive with your communication, with your talking to the gods, you get your blood pumping, you get the blood flowing, and you stop thinking about everything else, and you focus in on the gods. So for me, the yelling and the shouting, almost like berserkers in a way, where it's like they focus everything on their blood rage and on their passion for death and battle. But with me, I'm focusing on the shouting. That way I can focus on the gods. To me, that is my self-discipline. Now, there's certain places that you don't want to do that, such as when I was giving an offering to Frigg up on the cliffside, and there's people that camp in this valley, and I don't want to go on that cliffside and just be like, oh, damn! I don't want to do that because that's rude. Be respectful. But I've been here before. And this is where I had one of my favorite videos is where I was shouting and really unleashed the gods and unleashed the pagan. Because there's a waterfall here. Yes, it's right next to the road. It's right here, next to the road. But it's really loud. You can probably hear it from here. So I have this place I go to really, really unleash the pagan, so to speak. So I recommend finding a place like this that you can go to in solace. I mean, shoot, even if I'm shouting, people, unless they stop right here, probably not going to hear me. So it gives me peace of mind knowing that I'm not disturbing anyone, and also that I'm kind of alone in private with the gods. So what else am I going to do besides go over here and commune with the gods and take you with me? Is it just me, or is that a rune? That almost looks like Othala. What's going on here? Aside from the gods? Or perhaps it's just graffiti? I can't quite tell, but, I mean, hey, I'll take it. If you know nothing of meditation, it's not necessarily something that's taught properly within pagan circles, but I think it's something that we all need to do. I'm not a master at it. I've been doing it for maybe 5-6 years. It was my first step into spirituality. I saw something. So, thank you. Anyways. Okay, more on that in a second. So, with meditation, it's about the breath. Now, traditional Buddhist meditation, you clear your mind completely. It's all about the breath, focusing in. And whenever you have stray thoughts, you focus back into the breath. Strong, heavy breaths that eventually turn into lighter breaths. But with Nordic meditation, with connecting to the gods, I add in focus on the gods. Instead of focusing on the breath, like, yes, breathe in, breathe out. And then focus in on the experiences you've had. If you felt Odin, if you felt Thor, Loki, Frigg, Freya, it doesn't matter. Focus in on those experiences that you've had. Focus in on that moment and bring it to the surface. Bring it back to the surface of your mind and your soul and your heart. Put yourself back in that place you first saw the gods. Return to that moment. Go in that mindset. Have your eyes closed. Because the thing you'll notice when you really truly hit a meditative state, especially into the Nordic meditation, is that when you open your eyes, you forget where you were. And you're kind of shocked by your surroundings. You're shocked like, oh, there's trees in front of me. Oh, I'm in the woods. For me, I'm terrified of snakes. And so often I freak out and I'm like, oh, what if there's a snake around me? But I forget about those things. I forget about those things for just a time. Be safe, but forget about those things. When you open your eyes, you'll be so shocked about where you are. How could I forget about this waterfall? But when I go into a meditative state, I stop thinking about it and I only think of the gods. With Odin. So something that happens a lot, especially, and maybe this is a combined experience with Odin worship, is you feel him watching. There's the thing you feel when you know he's watching. And that's what I just experienced. I actually had just got done with my meditation before I started talking to you. And I saw him. And it's not like, no, I literally didn't see an old man there with a brimmed hat. I know. But you feel his presence. I looked at a tree and it had a shine to it. In my mind, I saw the wide brimmed hat. In the corner of my eye, I saw it. I saw the old man, the wanderer there. It's right over there. And it was just a nod. I hardly ever get more than that. Just a nod of, I heard you.
I got to enjoy nature like this. Hail the gods! Hail the foe! I have missed you, my friend, my father. I miss the energy of the world. So much has happened since the last I was here. I gathered the folk, and now I'm about to gather them again. Celebrate the old gods. Thousands of us are waking up around the world. Thanks to you. Thanks to us. Thanks to all the folk. Is this not what religion should be? You sent me a sign the other day. You sent me your eye in the sky, looking down. As I discuss the future of this faith, as I discuss how we will bring this to the people from around the world who want to hear the old God. There is an awakening happening, Odin. It is happening now. I have no offering for you today besides my word, besides my dedication to the old God. I swore my oath to you. I swore my oath to gather the folk so that we can worship the gods together, so that we can honor nature together. That oath was not even a year ago. And look how much we've accomplished. Think of how much more we have to accomplish. Well, there'll be thousands, hundreds of thousands. All that matters is that we remember the sacredness of the world we live in. That our home is not skyscrapers. That our home is in nature. That our home is in our community. Odin! Join us! Join us in worshiping the old God.
I actually realized it while I was up there. I kind of hinted at it, that having a place of meditation, a place to do this at. This is how I connect. I mean, some of you may connect through your thoughts and through your minds and through meditation and through peace and bliss, but not me. This is how I connect to the gods, and everyone is going to be different. But I do highly recommend a good yell. This is where the place I go to connect to the All-Father. Yes, I can connect to him in my home. Yes, I've seen his signs. But this is where I go to speak with him, to be who I am. And that's something I realized over there. Is that anytime I want to speak with him, I want to come back here. Because it's a journey. I woke up at 4 in the morning today to get here. So to enjoy this beautiful day before people came. To be alone, to be in privacy with my God. Everyone is going to be different in this faith. But once again, I recommend a really good yell from time to time. I think you'll enjoy it. My blood is pumping. I am hungry. Until the hall. Skull.